The release of Zombies is here, guys. You want to be prepared and ready to infill and know exactly what to look for, what to get when Zombies gets here. Today, I'm going to break down everything you need to know to be prepared and to make sure that the problem that you're going to have infilling and not knowing what to do gets completely solved today. Because by the time you finish this video, you're going to know everything you need to know about zombies. Now it's time to dive in and take a look at the loadout. So for the loadout, guys, it's kind of broken down into 3 different parts, and we're going to break those down real quick. We have the top portion, which is your backpack. Now inside the backpack, guys, that's going to be divided by perks, and that's going to be divided by schematics and stuff that you're able to craft either inside the game while you're playing, which we'll talk a little bit later in the video. And you're also able to bring out perks that should help you throughout the game. The bottom portion is going to allow you to pick up weapons. You're able to carry 2 weapons. These could be insured or non-insured weapons. You have a tactical, a lethal, and of course, a field upgrade. Now, if we move forward, guys, let's take a look at the loadout. So basically, the loadout is going to be very similar to DMZ. You're going to have your 3 weapon slots, which I'm pretty sure, just like DMZ, it's probably going to start off with 1, and then that's going to have a cooldown, and then it's going to start off with the second one that you're going to have to unlock by doing contracts. Then you're going to get that cooldown. I'm pretty sure that's the way it's going to work because this looks extremely like a copy and paste from DMZ. Nothing has changed. So it's just zombies overlaid on top of DMZ. And then you also have contraband weapons, which you are able to exfil with weapons that you pick up from the loot or from inside zombies and put those in your stash whenever your insured weapons are in cooldown. All right, so let's talk about the field upgrades since this is something new that's coming into the game that wasn't in DMZ. There's a total of 6 of them, and you're able to unlock these as you progress through your military player ranks. And let's take a look at all 6 of them. So we have Energy Mine, which spawns an explosive dealing massive damage to enemies who set it off. We have Frenzied Guard, which is going to repair armor to full and force all enemies in the area to target you for 10 seconds. Enemies killed will repair the armor during this time. We have Healing Aura, which heals all players immediately, even if you are in the last stand. We have Frost Blast, which damages enemies within the initial blast and slows those that are entering the area of effect. We have Ether Shroud, which makes you invisible to zombies. And last but not least, we have Tesla Storm, which for 10 seconds, lightning connects to other players, stunning and damaging normal enemies. Now let's talk about the other brand new thing, which are our acquisitions and schematics. You'll be able to get access to these once you've been able to exfil successfully from the missions you've gone into zombies. You don't get them right off the bat. But once you obtain them, you'll be able to put these acquisitions and schematics within your backpack to infill once again into the game. Should theoretically make the game a little bit more easier once you have acquired them. Now let's break down each and every one of them down into detail on how you get them and where to obtain them. Now acquisitions, guys, these are pretty much single-use items that could give you an advantage on the battlefield. Think of these like kill streaks, but with a little bit of more of a oomph. Now, like I said, prior to this, the way you get the acquisitions is by finding them within the map and successfully exfilling with them so you could apply them later into your backpack, and you could also store some of these for later infills. Now let's talk about schematics because these are a whole different beast. These are just pretty much, guys, if you played DMZ, you're going to be very familiar to them. Think of these like a barding station when you used to go and it used to ask you for like a med kit and it used to ask you for like a combination of things to make an item. This is basically what schematics are, just that theoretically these are going to allow you to, instead of crafting gear or crafting any item, these are going to allow you to craft acquisitions permanently. So as long as you have the schematic and you found it, you're going to be able to put these pieces together to get an acquisition. Now schematics do have a cooldown period after which they can be brought into the exclusion zone. So you're going to definitely want to look for these schematics because they're going to give you a huge advantage to get the acquisitions without having to find them in the game. Now, the great thing about the schematics is that you could even boost them a little bit further by finding a thing called Ethereum. Now, Ethereum comes in different rarities, just like the schematics does. They come from epic, rare. The good thing about these is that if you put this in conjunction with the schematics, it's going to bolster your weapon even more. Now, the way the Ethereum works is that you're going to be able to find these to be able to upgrade your Pack-a-Punch weapon to level 1 to level 2, and respectively. You're also going to be able, like I said, find them in uncommon, rare, epic, Ethereum, which are going to help you upgrade the current held weapon to a rare form. The rarer the form of the weapon, the more impressive damage the weapon will be able to do. Now, in Modern Warfare 3, they're introducing a boost perk system based off gloves, based off, the vest. Unfortunately, that is not going to be the case in Zombies. You're not going to have those abilities or those perks, but instead of getting the boost from the vest and the gloves, you're going to be getting them from a variant called Percola. If you're familiar with zombies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not, you are going to be able to get these boots. Now, here are the ones that are available. The first one we have is called Deadshot Daiquiri. Aiming down sight moves to enemy's critical location, increase enemy critical damage. We also have Death Perception. Obscured enemies, chests, resources, and items dropped are more easily spotted. We have Elemental Pop. Every bullet you fire has a small chance to apply a random ammo mod effect. We have Juggernog, which is going to increase the maximum health. We also have PHP Flopper, which is definitely one of the funnest ones because while you're diving, you're going to be able to trigger an explosions. Now, the great thing about this is the explosions are not going to give you damage and you're not going to be taking any fall damage when doing so, and immunity from the area of effect damage from weapons you're currently using, which is pretty cool. We have Quick Revive, which reduces the health regeneration delay by 50%, reduce the time it takes to revive any ally by 50% as well. We also have Speed Cola, which is drink to reload and replate your armor fast. We have Stem Up, which is going to increase the running and sprint speed. And last but not least, we have one of the most important ones called Tombstone Soda that allows you that on death, you'll be able to create a tombstone stash at that location you died, which is going to contain all of the inventory you currently had before you died within your backpack. The great thing about this one is if you infill once again, regardless of the time you infill, it could be a day from now, 2 days from now, a week from now, you're able to go to that location where you died at and find your tombstone, retrieve your tombstone, and get your gear back. Now, another great addition that's going to help you make even more damage and do more stuff is the ammo mods. Now, the ammo mods are pretty interesting, guys. There are a total of 5 of them, and the ones we have are the Brain Rot, Cryo Freeze, Dead Wire, Nepal Burst, and Shatter Blast. These are going to be really awesome because they're going to help you enhance your weapon even further. Now, speaking of weapons, we have Wonder Weapons. There are a total of 6 of them, and I can't wait to get my hands on all of them. And of course, remember, guys, in order for you guys to make these weapons even more crazier, you're going to be able to find some really difficult schematics that are going to allow you to craft some of the most arcane and powerful weapons you've ever seen in the game. All these 6 weapons will be available at launch, but we're going to need to find out how to get them and how to unlock them. And hopefully one of us will be able to get one off of a mystery box. Now, speaking of the mystery box, let's talk about things that you're going to be able to find in the game to be able to upgrade your weapons, get better loot. First, let's start with the buy station. If you played DMZ or you played Warzone, you know what a buy station looks like. Just wanted to touch here. You're going to be able to buy stuff like kill streaks, gas masks, and other essential items. We also have the Juggernog, which is where you're going to be able to buy the perk that we talked about. So perk cola machine. You'll be able to purchase beverages to increase your prowess and in different ways as we discussed on what they are. We're also going to have the Pack-a-Punch machine. This is going to be your best friend because it's going to help you upgrade your weapons. And mostly what's going to be upgraded is the damage and ammunition part of the weapon. So this is definitely going to be a machine you need to familiarize yourself with. We also have the advantage if you've never played zombies. There are these little green looking neon things that highlight a weapon. These are items from the wall which you could purchase the gun from to get a good head start in case you're infilled with a crappy weapon. And last but not least, we're going to talk about, of course, yes, guys, the mystery box, which is a random box that has every single weapon in the game. And if you get lucky, you will be able to get a wonder weapon, which is one of the rarest items from the mystery box. But, you know, it's a hit and miss on this one. Sometimes you get something good, sometimes you can get something extremely crappy. So now the biggest question is, Laser, what is the end goal of the zombies mode? Like, what are we going to be doing? What are we supposed to do? So first thing, of course, guys, you're going to want to go in there and explore, find all the stuff. There are 3 different zones. We have a low, medium, and a high threat zone. Of course, the higher the threat, the better stuff you're going to be getting. There's also contracts. If you played DMZ, you guys are very familiar with these. If you haven't played DMZ, it's going to be like little icons that look like little phones. You pick these up, and these are going to have you doing contracts. Very similar to DMZ, like, you know, bring a car here, take a car there, rescue someone here, rescue someone there, go kill a certain amount of zombies, yada, yada, yada. You guys get the drift. Now, another thing that we didn't have in DMZ, but we do have it in here, is the ability to upgrade stuff. So we're going to be able to spend a currency called Essence at machines across the map that will help us upgrade our gear and help us upgrade our weapons. Now, remember, we need to exfil with these to keep them, because if we don't exfil with them, we're going to lose them. And last but not least, we also got to get these acquisitions, which is another thing that you need to exfil with in order to get. Now, on top of that, you're also going to need to find the schematics for every single item that you're going to be able to get, so you can craft these items as you progress. So do keep that in mind, that you're going to, that's kind of like the end goal. After you guys do your first infill and you unlock the majority of the stuff, basically the end goal becomes just collecting schematics, trying to collect all the wonder weapons, and just killing a bunch of zombies and finishing Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3 through the story to progress to wait for Season 1 so the story can continue. Currently, right now, what the final reward for killing the last boss in Act 3, we don't know. But as soon as the game comes out, we're going to dive in there and find out exactly what that is. If you're going to need help infilling in zombies, taking out them zombies, and getting all the rare stuff, make sure you guys keep it locked to this channel. And don't forget, we're going to be streaming zombies or zombies and helping you guys complete your missions and also just having a ton of fun. I hope you guys are excited for zombies. If you are, drop a comment, drop a like, and I will talk to you guys later.